Hello, everyone. Welcome to Empower Your Mind for Success podcast, the podcast for anyone who wants to build an entrepreneurial mindset. I believe it was last week when I recorded a podcast around the 5 secrets to goal setting, and I covered the 5 secrets that I believe, if used, will help you achieve your goals because they will be more driven and aligned to who you want to become and why. And if you do that, chances are that you will succeed in achieving those goals. So this week I wanted to cover each secret in detail in each of these podcasts. So the rest of the 5 days this week, we'll cover one secret at a time. So the first secret that I covered in the goal setting podcast was setting goals based on the why and the who approach. See, traditionally, we are taught to set goals, or we usually set goals based on the what and the how approach. So I want to lose weight is a very common goal, or I want to be healthy is a very common goal that we all set up at the beginning of the year, and most of us lose our motivation to follow through on that goal by the end of the first quarter. And then we also set up goals based on the how approach. I had achieved X result last year, so now I will try to achieve the Y result by doing ABC. Right? We set up goals based on what had worked for us. Now, what that does is it limits our ability to achieve more than what we believe we can, because setting something based on the results from last year is limiting you because you can achieve much more than that. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Yeah, Anish, but you got to set goals based on expectations and reality and all that good stuff. And I agree with you. I think that makes sense, right? But that also means that you are underappreciating the power of your potential and your subconscious mind and a lot of other things around that, right? If people behaved based on the past experiences alone, then we could not have had the wonderful innovations that we have today from a technology perspective, right? We may not have had electric cars, the phones that we use these days, the softwares that we use on a daily basis from a social media perspective, entertainment perspective. So it would not have been possible if we did everything based on past experiences. Now, I know you guys can, or one can argue either way, but just stay with me on this podcast and just listen to the logic that I'm trying to use. So usually we set goals based on what and how. And what I have been talking about based on the lessons I have learned from my mentors, and read all the books over the last few years, that if you set goals based on the why and the who approach, your desire and your you'll have a better desire to achieve your goals, and you will be more inspired to achieve them. Now let me explain. So let's take the example of the what, right? So I want to lose 10 pounds in the first 6 months of this year could be a goal. That's a good goal, but it's a what-based approach. And what happens is we eventually lose motivation because life comes in the way. It comes in the way for everybody. Something will happen and you will lose your motivation to achieve that goal. But if you set the goal based on, I want to lose 10 pounds because I will be more healthier and we will be able to run around with my dog or with my younger children and have more energy to keep up with them. Now that's a why that you associate with that. That's a feeling of spending more time with your children with that, right? I want to achieve financial freedom is a what, but I want to achieve financial freedom. Why? So that I can retire my parents, I can spend time traveling the beaches of the world, and there's a feeling, there's a visualization associated with it that gives you that joy. And when you have the why associated with your goal, or if your goal is based on the why, which means it is associated with your desire, you will be more inspired to achieve your goal. Now, I'm using the word inspiration intentionally, right? Because motivation is usually extrinsic, usually, right? There are multiple ways of getting motivated, but motivation is, you get motivated by hearing someone, by seeing someone else's lifestyle, or by seeing someone else achieve it, and to say, if he can or she can do it, I can do it too. Then it becomes an external motivation. But inspiration comes from within. And when you are inspired, especially because you set up a goal based on your why, based on your desires, chances are, probability is, you will stick with taking actions to achieve your goal for longer time than if it is only based on a what approach. Something to think about. Okay, take notes, think about this, and see if this makes sense to you, right? The other one is the who approach, right? Who do you would like to end up becoming like, right? What kind of a lifestyle do you want to live, which is the who you want to become, right? Do you value time more than money? Do you value money more than time? Do you value relationships with your friends and your family more than money? Because there's always a price to pay to achieve your goals, right? We have unlimited potential, yes, but that doesn't mean we can achieve everything in life. Unlimited potential means that if you can focus, you can use your unlimited potential on the desire that you focus on, right? You cannot be a world-class architect and be a world-class doctor in heart surgery for children at the same time. It's you don't have enough time in your lifetime to achieve both those goals, right? Because they will require a passion and mastery in two subjects that are not aligned at all. So you have to choose. And that's why, we say our life is a result of the choices that we make along the way, that we have made in the past and that we'll make in the future, right? But it's in our control. So if you set your goal based on the who you want to become, then chances are that you'll be inspired to achieve it. I want to become a better parent. I want to become a better leader. I want to become a better community member, right? Whatever your goal is, if you make it based on your who approach, chances are that you will achieve it and be inspired to achieve it, right? So if you think about it, right, if you use the who and the why approach, now there's another aspect to the who. The other aspect of the who is helping you achieve your goals. Because again, we can achieve a lot of things ourselves. There is no doubt about it. But when you do things yourself, there's a lot of trial and error involved, because we always do not know how to accomplish a goal. But if you have a mentor in your life who has gone through a path, who has achieved the goals that you want to achieve, chances are that he or she will be able to teach you and show you the way and will help you avoid the landmines along the way. Why to make mistakes that can be avoided? Because you're going to make new mistakes anyway. So it is better to not repeat mistakes that can be avoided, which will help you accelerate your goal achievement process. And that's what is important, because time is always more precious commodity. We all have a limited amount of time, and we just don't know how much time that is. All we can say is we have 24 hours in a day, right? How long are we going to live? No one knows. No one can predict that, right? But we can use the time that is given to us in a day more effectively and efficiently. And that is where the who comes in, from a perspective of who is willing to help you achieve your goals faster. So if you can apply the why and the who approach to setting your goals, as I covered in secret number 1, it will help you achieve your goals sooner, faster, and more effectively, right? Efficiency is doing something is doing something repeatedly well, right? You might be doing something incorrectly, but if you can do that often enough, you will get better at doing that incorrect thing, because you're doing it again and again and again by practice, right? But to achieve your goal effectively means you're doing the right thing the first time to begin with itself, because you have someone to help you. You will accelerate your growth. You will accelerate achievement of your goals, right? So when I have used these approaches, they have helped me. I have seen other people use these approaches, and I've heard a lot of entrepreneurs and several authors of books and several personal development gurus talk about this approach. And I think that is the key for us to remember about goal setting. But usually we do not, because we default to what we know. So, learning new things takes time, takes patience, takes practice, takes repetition, and constant reminder that, there are other ways to do things as well. So I hope this helps. I hope, this resonates with you. Think about it, document your why, document who you want to become, and document who can help you achieve your goals. I think it will take you much further, faster, and effectively. If you believe there is someone else who would benefit from this podcast, please share it with them so that we can share our vision, our framework of achieving our financial freedom with a lot of people and provide value to others. Thank you for listening. Remember, you have unlimited potential. Own it. Until next time, take care.